So, do you know that feeling when you're just randomly scrolling through your phone? Maybe you're on Instagram or on TikTok or something, and then you just see a picture or a notification that takes you a couple of years back to a different time for you, and you feel like you were a different person back then, and then you're just left sitting or lying alone in your dark room, asking yourself if you are where you wanted to be when that photo or memory you saw took place. And maybe it's just me. I mean, it's very late where I am now. I have a horrible headache, and I have no idea why I'm writing or recording any of this. I just felt the need to get this out of my system somewhere or somehow. So, sorry if it's a bit incoherent, if anyone is even watching, that is. So, I am 25 years old and I live in a very distant place. Some might have heard of it and then confused it for some other places, but alas, it's neither of them. Speaking of places, I am not quite sure where I am in my life right now. I finished college and got my bachelor's degree. I moved out from my parents' place about a year ago, changed quite a few jobs, and I just feel like I'm in a limbo now. About a half year ago, I've lost my dream job due to budget cuts, nothing I could have done to prevent that, and I've been wandering around since then. Well, mentally wandering around it is, since I'm really trying to be diligent with my finances. After all, I am an adult now, or well, I should be one. By all metrics, I qualify as one, and yet I feel like I'm just improvising everything. I don't think that past me would be impressed with how his life went. I know that he wouldn't be amused with how his looks did, but that's the memory that sparked all this rambling that I'm recording now is inspired by, as I mentioned, a photo that popped up on my notifications. You know, one of those "do you remember this day" type thing that pops up on the phone from time to time? Well, a photo that popped up was from about 3 years ago when I worked as a lifeguard on a pool in the United States. I feel like it was so long ago, and yet, on the other hand, like it was just yesterday. And even though I know that I've grown both as a person and that my weight has grown as well, I feel stuck and perhaps just a bit lost. It's like I've had a clear image where I wanted to be back then, and then, now that I've reached some of the goals I envisioned, I'm not quite sure what to do or where to go. I'm not at the finish line, that's for sure. I just lost track of where that finish line is. And then there's this overwhelming feeling that the time is running out, that I need to find my path and keep running for that finish line that I just can't spot. Quoting Wikipedia, a quarter-life crisis is an existential crisis involving anxiety and sorrow over the direction and quality of one's life, which is most commonly experienced in a period ranging from a person's early 20s up to their mid-30s. Perhaps what I am feeling is this. Does the path that I mentioned should be obvious? Double down on my career path, get to work, get married, have kids. Right? And yet on the inside, I don't feel like an adult. I'm just winging everything. Well, nothing is figured out. And I don't think that adults record micro videos rambling on. I for sure feel anxious. It's not a very adult thing to say or admit, but I feel like admitting it forces me to grow. So perhaps me or you or anyone who feels this way should look at it like that, take that perspective. That all of us, we've all got a lot more room to grow and improve. And even though I, and maybe you, whoever or wherever you are listening this, we don't feel like adults, we are grown enough to actively work on ourselves and our futures. So that when some notification or image pops up in a few years' time, we'll remember these moments as formative experiences that helped us become who we are going to be and who we want to be. And hey, who knows? Maybe we'll still be playing and recording Minecraft. I feel like I'm all out of my creative juices now, if this can be called creative. But it also feels nice to just shout into the void. So maybe I'll do this again. Until then, bye.